Okay, hello Facebook friends. I'm out in the garage. I'm gonna do a dirty job and I wanted to take you guys along with me. So if you saw this past weekend, I found some really fun things at yard sales this past weekend. And one of them was this old table. I will show you here in a minute. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this so that you guys can all see what I'm doing. And we're gonna figure it out together. But anyway, this table, so when you're shopping yard sales, when you see something that's maybe not out, out for sale, this thing was still stuck in a garage with stuff all over it. There was stuff all over it. And I asked her, I said, is that stuff for sale? And she said, oh yeah, I just haven't got it out yet. Like maybe she wasn't gonna bring it out. And I said, oh, that table's really interesting. I need this. That table's really interesting. Are you gonna sell that? And so anyway, so she's like, yes, I just haven't got it out. I still have a bunch of stuff on it. She was apologizing, which I'm like, that's okay. You can, if you have stuff on it. But anyway, when you see stuff, this isn't gonna work now that I'm on here and need it to. Inside a garage or that's not out there, definitely ask about it. I also got a basket that she didn't have out that was still left in the garage. That's actually behind me. But anyway, I shared that this weekend. I'm just trying to cut this rag. I'm sorry. I'm just worried that I might need two. Okay. How is your Wednesday going? We just had all of the trees cut off our street. Like they're all taken down now. We had that derecho storm in August and it damaged all the trees. And now our tree line street is like no longer. It's so sad. It's so sad. Okay. So I'm going to show you this table. Is this going to be you guys? It's huge. Can you guys see that? And all I could see at the sale was like the legs. There was stuff all on this shelf, and then there was stuff in front of it. And then the top was completely covered. I couldn't see the top at all. But I knew it was obviously some kind of table. The legs were really cool. And so I had to ask. So what I'm going to do is hopefully not make you dizzy. And I'm going to just kind of share my process of how I do these things when I find these projects. Excuse the messy garage. Okay, so this is solid wood. And it's dirty, like I said, and it's kind of like her garage was not like a finished garage or anything. It was a gravel floor, kind of old garage, and you can see the dust and the dirt on here. So anytime I get a piece like this, before I do anything, I need to really thoroughly clean it. I mean, we've got feathers stuck to this. You guys see that? Where is it? We've got feathers stuck to the table. I don't know what that is. Hopefully no birds were harmed. No, they just look like pink. Maybe they're like craft feathers. Anyway, so I want to see what the wood is like underneath this. And I always get asked, what kind of cleaner do you use? Whoops. It's vinegar and water. Don't make it too difficult, especially, oh my God. Especially when you're just kind of starting out. You know, when you're just kind of starting a project and you just get the first layer of dust and dirt off with just good old vinegar and water. I am doing this outside because I want it to fully, what is happening? Can you guys see how pretty this is? I want it to fully dry out here. And my rag is not soaked by any means. It's not dripping. It's not, you don't want to put a ton of water on this because you don't want it to warp. Or you know what I mean? Like you just don't want to put on so much excess water that the boards, and there's kind of a little warp in this already, which to me, that doesn't bother me at all. It adds more character, but you can kind of see here where the boards are kind of coming apart. So then whenever I'm cleaning something like this, I always have a tool, you know, like a paint scraper to get in some of these areas. I can get like the vacuum out. So once I get this really clean, you guys, so it went from that. You guys see that? Oh, I think I'm showing you that green pegboard. And then let me kind of, let's not do that way. Can you see this here? There we go. Okay. And so as you can see here, it's kind of, we have something stuck on here. Looks like it was a sticker. Try not to gouge the wood. Like using the corners, you can sometimes gouge the wood. So you just want to, I'm just lightly trying to scrape off that. It's like a sticker or like paper had sat there. Same with the feathers. You guys can't really see the feathers. I mean, these are feathers. They look more like, you know, the bags of craft feathers. We've had many of those in our house for the kids, creating all kinds of things. Okay, so, oh, and that's the dresser I found this weekend too. So that will be getting a makeover as well. Okay, so let me get this. Again, I just have vinegar and water inside that bucket. And I'm trying not to get it too wet. I just kind of, at this stage, you're just dusting. And actually, it's just so exciting to see what's underneath. So, okay, you guys can see that. Once you go over this, and you get it wet, more of this should come off, and it is. You guys can see that. And with pieces like this, I don't know, I'll have to have Matt look at this a little bit better too. You could definitely use the Restore finish that I have shared a cajillion times on here. But sometimes I like with pieces like this, the old wood, the way it looks. So you could definitely just do like a natural or like the Wise Owl salve. You know, something that just kind of enriches the wood but doesn't really change its color, if that makes sense. And that's definitely, here I'm just going to kind of take you guys down here with me so I can finish this top. That's definitely what I think I'm going to do with this one. Once I mean, look at the layer of, it had a lot. Like she said, it had just been sitting in her garage. Sometimes you're just at the right place at the right time. Okay, I need to get like a garden pad out here for my knees on the concrete. Okay, can you guys see? All right, I'm gonna turn you a little bit. Now this one's really dusty, so I'm really kind of excited to see what this is gonna do. I can't see your questions or comments right now, but I will definitely, when I'm getting off here, I will look. So, would you have picked up the, I'm hoping this oh my gosh. You guys. What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'll stay over here in the screen. I'm definitely hoping this will work in my office. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at the difference. The wood is just, it's perfection. There's like just a layer of dust and dirt. It will take, I will have to do this a few times over and get you know, get fresh water and all that. But so worth it. So let me see if I can, let me just do a little bit more here. This kind of stuff, you guys, is so exciting to me. Taking an old piece that she just did not want anymore. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna take my gloves off. I just want to give you guys kind of an up close. This is even better. So she told me this was a library table. Ooh, sorry. Okay, sorry, something went wrong there. Okay, so she told me it was a library table. If you guys, if one of you knows something, you know, what more it was used for, let me know. Look at the detail, like the little scratches and this is what I tried to get when I shared that project on how to get a rustic look with household supplies. This is it. This is what you want to go. So I really, this is the look I'm usually going for. Oh, so the top is a little more worn down. Somebody's taking out their garbage. Oh my God. It's getting kind of hot out here. So I'm going to continue this. And just kind of, I really don't want to sand it. It's not really rough to the touch, so I may just try some like salve on a few areas and just see what it does. and then I'll share that with you. But I will let it fully dry, like probably overnight or into tonight. Let it fully dry before I would ever add anything to it, like the salve. So I'm gonna go through, see if you guys have any questions or comments. And then I will pop off here and just regular vinegar, just regular white. I just use regular white vinegar from the kitchen. And yes, Tabitha, it's just, I just put water in a bucket and some vinegar in there as well. That's it. I just, for this first layer, so it was, like I said, this table was buried under so much stuff and it had been in there for a while. And it was kind of a gravel garage, like it wasn't finished or anything. So there was just a lot of dust and dirt. And so for this first initial, I just want to see what the wood looks like underneath. I just wanted to use water and vinegar. So I didn't know, until you really know what it's going to look like underneath. You just want to just use good old water and vinegar, but not soaked. You do not want to soak the table, or the wood is what I'm trying to say, not the table. Joanne, I have the perfect place for this table at my house. I know, I could not believe. So you couldn't, I mean, to make a good island, you would definitely need it taller. Like you would have to somehow make it taller, but it's not really like a desk. It reminds me of all those little boutique shops. You know, when you go into cute boutique shops that has vintage or antique things, it's like a display table because it's kind of flush. You can't sit at it and eat around it because the bottom shelf goes all the way around. Hello in Ireland. That's awesome. But yeah, so I'm just gonna, if you have just kind of popped in, so see how it's already drying? So the salve will just make this wood so much better, but I have a long way to go here before I start adding anything else. I really just need to, I'll probably spend a good half an hour cleaning this and then slowly, oh, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, so then with the salve, kind of the same thing as the water or the cleaning solution, I will just put it like in a back corner or like down on that bottom shelf. I'll just kind of do it in a back corner on the back side, just to see what it's going to do and see what it's going to look like. You don't want to just have at it and just go with it. So always just, with any of these things, paint, when you're cleaning, when you're like a wax or something, just try it in a little corner and see what it's gonna do. I'm hoping this is gonna work. It's such a cool table. So, okay, I'm gonna finish cleaning it, and then I will share the next process with. So Vicki, what will I use it for in my office? So I do a lot of videos and filming, and so I have my regular desk where my computer and stuff is, but anything else, so if I get on and share a project from my office, or like I'm filming videos for the Creative Squad, or I'm doing lives or anything like that, in my office. I need a table to do that on. And I do have a table down there now. It's a white table, but this one would just give me so much more space. And since it's got the shelf underneath it, it'll give me more storage. But I'll have to sell a couple of pieces in my office. I'm pretty sure. Gay Agi Roth, am I saying your name right? I always wonder what stories old furniture could tell. One of my favorite things about rescuing pieces like this or decor, vintage decor, I am the same way. I think the same thing. I think the exact same thing. Okay. It's getting hot out. It's just kind of humid and I'm in the garage, so I'm going to get to cleaning and I will take you on the journey and kind of show you what the... Diane, hi in Michigan. Are you around Lake Michigan? We just love that place. What is the salve made of? You can go on wiseowl.com, paint.com and see, and you can, I don't know offhand. I do know that as the first time I opened it, I wanted to like spread it everywhere because the smell is unbelievable. It's so good. But people use it inside drawers to get rid of like, if you have like a musty smelling dresser or, like you can use it for all kinds of things. And I'm new to their line, but I'm loving it so far. So, but when I was washing this and seeing how dry the top was, I was thinking this could definitely use some of that. It would just, I think, enrich the wood so good without changing the color. So it's more like a wax than it would be like a stain. So when you think of like the Restore Finish that I share on here all the time for all kinds of projects, I love that stuff. But it's more like a thin stain. And then the salve is more like a wax, like a hard wax kind of. So it would kind of condition the wood, if that makes sense. And then I think still leave the color. Amy, I found this by accident. Hope I can get your updates. Amy, just follow along on the page and then you can always turn notifications on as well for anytime I post anything new, but I'm posting all the time on here. So welcome. I'm happy you're here. And you can look through all my old videos. I keep them all on here. I do have them on my YouTube channel as well. Very interesting. Can I link the salve? Yes, I can send you to their website for sure after I get off here. I will just put it in the comments, or I will try and find your comment and then I will just link their website. Their paint colors are unbelievable. I've loved their paint. I just shared, the reel should be on here. I just did our coffee table over in one of their paint colors. So I will leave it in a comment. Hello in Texas. You're in Canada. All right. I always feel bad when I hop off here because there's a lag. I've always said that here. So if somebody's got a question or a comment and I don't see it and I just think there's no more questions or comments, so I just get off and then I get on. I'm like, oh, there were other ones I just didn't see when I was on there. So, okay, here's another little look at this. Can you guys... This was in a garage when I went to a yard sale. She had a bunch of cool stuff outside, but her prices were kind of crazy for all of that. So I didn't buy any of that. And then I just saw, like I said, I just saw these legs. And I knew there was like a shelf and like a top, but there was so much stuff on top of it, so much stuff on this shelf, and then so much in front of it. I didn't really get a good look at it. So I just asked her, is that going to be for sale? And she's like, oh yes, there's just so much stuff on it. I'm so sorry. I mean, she was so apologetic. And I said, no, that's fine. I just thought I'd ask about it. And so she went and took everything off. And then this is what was underneath. And then somebody had cut this end, which again, these kinds of things never bother me. I just think it adds more character and charm. So I'm like, oh, that's okay. That doesn't bother me. Because you can see on that end, there is an overhang kind of over it. But that didn't bother me. And then I will show you what else I got. Since we're here, since we're just chit-chatting. So this, oh my gosh. was also just in her garage. It looks smaller here than it is. This thing was just like leaning up against on the opposite wall. And so I said, are you getting rid of that? Oh yes, I don't want that. I'm like, okay, I'll take that too. I need to clean this as well. Wouldn't this be pretty hung on any wall? Like you could put a basket in front of it. You could put like a print or something in front of it, or just leave it as it is. So cool. So the best things she had at her sale were actually things she didn't have up and priced or out yet. And we definitely got there. Matt and I were saying we got there at the right time. It was just the perfect time. So Sandra, hello from Northern New York. That looks like a department store table. Yes, that's kind of like what I think about. You just don't see them like this anymore unless you're in one of those, boutique stores or, little gift shop or, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I think it is too. She called it a library table, so I don't know. You could use this as a frame for pictures. Yeah, if you had, it's pretty big, but definitely you could clip like different photos. It could be like a little photo collage for sure. Isn't the weave good? And like look at the color. It's not new. You know what I mean? Like you can tell it's just so good. Now my neighbor's gonna mow, so I should get off because I'm not gonna be, you guys probably won't be able to hear me now. So I will get off. If you're watching this on replay, let me know. Just put in there #replay so I know you were here. If you have any questions or comments, let me know as well and I will check back in. And I will get back on when I'm doing the salve, see if that's gonna work and share it with you guys. So, all right, have a good